Falco's Flips.
Hi, welcome to the video. I'm Mike Falco's Flips, and today we have a what's sold video. And this is part 2. If you've not already seen part 1, go and watch that first and then come back or watch it after this video has ended. It's just going to be a list of some of the better things, more unusual things, and some kind of bread and butter items that sell for me regularly on eBay. So I'm going to take you around Blackpool and the Fylde coast. I've already shown certain areas in the last video, so we're going to go to some other places now. We're here outside Blackpool Football Club. So first item, we have a vintage Brio like labyrinth. Now I had no idea, but apparently Brio were, I think, the originators of the labyrinth, the wooden labyrinth games that you can get out there. Still in its box, really good condition, £29.99 plus postage. Next is this Airfix Falklands Warship, £36.99. This is one I got for a boot sale for only £4, I think it was. Brand new sealed, bit of damage to the box, but nothing major. This was a good one, Drillipede Skylanders Superchargers. This was, what? It was from a charity shop. I think I paid about 10 quid for it, and it went for £104.99 plus postage. I didn't think it would go for quite that much. And next is this Ditto English butter dish. This is a like 1920s, 1930s thing, I think. From what I could find out there, that's the era I think it was from. So very old, nearly 100 years old, possibly, which is crazy. £34 plus postage on that. That was only £1 from Burscough boot sale, the one and only time I've ever been there. Another place I need to get back to. Next is this Funko Pop Grimace from the McDonald's franchise. This was part of a larger bundle of McDonald's stuff, and this was the best item of them all. £27 plus postage. I think I paid something like, what was it? Was it 40 or 50 quid for a load of stuff? So, you know, there's more than half the money back there. These are good, vintage Kaiser pair of porcelain dolphins. And this is not something I bought to resell, this is something that I've had. It was in our family. I've been selling them off basically. We kept a few like special ones, and then the rest we've sold off. £85 plus postage. Next is this Action Man Superbike motorcycle, made by Hasbro from 1996, £27.99 plus postage. Part of a big bundle of Action Man stuff I got from a boot sale. I think I paid the equivalent of £5 per piece, and I got lots of different stuff. This was from Smith's Toys. This, I don't even know what this is or what it's from really. It's made by Bandai. I don't know the anime series, it's not one I recognise. But it went for £17.99 plus postage, and I only paid, I think it was £3 for this from Smith's. It was in a clearance at Smith's. It was the only one they had. I would have bought more of them otherwise. But at the same time, I bought some other stuff as well, and that did okay. So, you know, any retail shop that's doing clearances, especially this time of year, like now, kind of January, February, this time of year, there's a lot of the shops out there, you know, clearing stuff off. It's a good opportunity to find stuff to buy, to resell, maybe buy it and sell it next Christmas if it's that kind of thing, if it's Christmas related stuff. I've actually just bought a load of dog bowls from Pets at Home. They were selling them all off at £2.50 each, or a Mason Cash brand, which is a decent enough brand, but they're all Christmas themed. I may well have them for quite a while, but when they do sell, I reckon they'll sell at like £10 profit each. That's what I was hoping. So, you know, I bought 7 of them, 70 quid profit. That was my plan. It's little things like that and lots of them which really kind of help raise your stock levels up, especially at times where boot sales are not on. Next to these Thomas Kincaid Christmas decorations, £30 plus postage. Now these are the ones that I got prior to the big bundle that I bought at was it Park Hall boot sale. It was prior to that. These are the ones that I actually bought and then realised, hang on, there's good money in these. And I got these from Norcross boot sale for about £3, and they sold really quick, lots of interest, 30 quid plus postage. And if it wasn't for me finding these just by chance, I just saw them and I thought they looked kind of unique, didn't know anything about them really. If I hadn't found them, I may never have bought all the other ones that I bought. like a few weeks later. I got a big bundle of them. You'll see more of them as we go along. And next is this Disney Traditions Showcase Tinkerbell. Now, if you watched the last video, I mentioned the ones I bought from a retail store to resell. Well, this one was one from the tip shop, and its wings are broken off, unfortunately, but apart from that, it was fine. Now, the wings, once I'd glued them back on, and obviously declared it in the listing, you could not tell. You could honestly not tell. So I only paid about £3 from the tip shop for it, and had loads of interest. It was Christmas themed, hence it not selling a bit sooner, but sold Christmas time. 40 quid plus postage, not bad. And the last one here, before I go on to my next location, is this Department 56, a variety store and barbershop. Kind of wanted to keep this. If you watch my videos, you'll know I love Lemax Christmas villages and stuff. I do a village every year. This one nearly ended up in my village, but it's Department 56 and not Lemax, so it's a different brand. They still do Christmas villages and stuff. Some people say they're better. I don't know. I prefer the Lemax myself, but whatever. They're all the same kind of thing. This one actually had some damage, and I paid up a little bit for it. I think it was about 8 quid, and it had no light either. But regardless of that, still got 30 quid plus postage. If it had its light and it wasn't damaged, it would have gone for a lot more than that, a lot more. And if it had its box, more still. Well, that's it for here. Let's go to the next place. Next is this Star Trek Tumble Knot mug. These Tumble Knot mugs can be pretty good. This is a vintage one from 1994, and it was in really good condition. And it's a bit rarer, this one, than some of the other ones I've had before. This one went for £54.99 plus postage. And next is these plates. I got a load of plates from a charity shop, all kind of different designs, but the same brand. And one lot of plates was these. It's a full set of 9 Gone with the Wind plates, and I also had another set of something else, and then I had a load of random singles as well. They've all sold now. I can't think how much the other set went for, but they went for pretty good money as well. But these went for 30 quid. I paid £1 per plate. Next are these fridge magnets. Now, I buy quite a lot of fridge magnets when I see them. When I can get like a big bundle of them for cheap enough, I'll buy them up and put them into bundles of relevant kind of topics or whatever. These were Heartbeats branded, so little Heartbeat bundle, £18 plus postage. I know that's not like a lot of money, but I sell like a wide variety of different ones. Sometimes you can get just one that does really well. One to look out for is some of the Hard Rock Cafe fridge magnets. Some of them, the ones that are shaped like a guitar, some of the rarer ones of them can do really well. Next is this bread bin. It's a really big, heavy, with lemon design bread bin. I'm not sure on the brand on this. I think it was unbranded actually, which might be why it's sat for quite a while. I thought it's really, really nice, like really nice design on it. But it has sat for about 2 years, which is unusual for a bread bin like this. It went eventually, £39.99. plus postage. These Christmas decorations, I got these for 50p each from Norcross boot sale. It was one of the last boot sales of the year that I went to, and they were just all amongst a load of other not so desirable ornaments. 50p each, so 2 quid into £24.99 plus postage. They were quite nice. They're unbranded, but they were nice, like blue and white ceramic. You're going to see me mention some Lemax buildings in the next few. But I also had a load of figurines as well, like little figures, that some of which I kept, some of which I've sold. So these are all the figures together that I was willing to sell, and they went for £27 plus postage and had lots and lots of interest. This I've had for ages. Does anybody remember me picking this up? If so, mention something down in the comments. But it was like years ago. It feels like it was years ago. I think it was about two years ago. I'd sold this back in October. I thought it was nice, bought it, 20 quid I think it was from a boot sale, had its certificate and everything, but not a lot of interest at all. I did have it up at over 100 quid, because I thought it was worth that. But no, in the end, went for $59.99 plus postage, which is still a profit, but it's not worth it for the size of it. You know, it took me a while to package it up. The amount of time I had it, not a great one, but I thought I'd throw it in here for a bit of variety and just kind of to say not everything sells crazy quick. And next is this mini disc player toy. Now, I don't know if this actually plays actual mini discs or whether it just plays the little toy mini discs that come with it. I think it's actually a fully working mini disc player, but I'm not sure, and I mentioned that in the description. But it went for $79.99 plus postage, and it's this brand that I think was made locally to here, up in Fleetwood. Going to be going up to Fleetwood soon in this video. It's brand new sealed. I'm pretty sure I bought this from the same people I bought all the combs from, and some of those vintage like big box brand new sealed big box PC games, which I think I featured one in the last video. So £2 into $79.99 plus postage. And then the last one for here, before we move on to somewhere else, we've got this Mario Kart video game with 2 steering wheels. And I do still find this game now and again. It's one that always sells well. I always buy the steering wheels when they're like 50p or less to put with the games when I eventually get them. Now, I don't find them as often as I used to, but I do still find them. In fact, video games in general, I don't find them like I used to. I know they are out there. You've got to be quick off the mark, like really quick, to find them these days, but if you keep turning up, eventually you will find them. Next we have this set of M&S saucepans, set of 5, £60. I bought 4 from, was it the tip shop, and then 1 from a boot sale, I believe. Can't remember how much exactly I paid. They're alright, these. I mean, 60 quid's alright, I guess. And next is this John Deere storage tin. Got this at the same time as buying all those Christmas ornaments, the Thomas Kincaid ones from Park Hall boot sale, and paid very little for this, a couple of quid. And it's had quite a bit of interest and sold for £30 plus postage. Next are these McDonald's toys. And I've been selling them in the background. They're not been fantastic sellers, generally speaking, which I knew would be the case, but they do sell slowly in the background. Some better than others. I'm well into the profit on them all, and they just sit there in the background, ticking along. $9.99 plus postage on these ones. And I've included this because this is something else that is the same. It just ticks along in the background. And £2.50 plus postage on a couple of cake tin liners. I still have, I reckon, maybe 100 left, something like that. I got several hundred of them. They've been selling slowly in the background over the last 3 years, and still got them. They will go. There'll be a day soon where they've all gone. I only paid something like a £5 for the lot ages ago. And there you go. It's those little profits. They add up. I mean, this is probably the cheapest thing I sell, but they still sell, right? They still sell. Every time I sell them at this point is pure profit. It's not a lot of pure profit, but profit still. Look out there. That's the Lake District over there. Look at the snow-capped mountains of the lakes. Cold today, but nice cold day in the sun. Here we have another Micro Machines sale, £35 plus postage. This one was actually not working, so it takes batteries, and it's supposed to fly the little helicopters, supposed to make noises and whatever. I don't really know because it didn't work, and the box was pretty destroyed. Still got £35 plus postage on it. Next, this is just to kind of represent Tupperware. I sell a lot of different Tupperware. This one is a little bit different, more the colour of it than anything else. Only £15 plus postage. They never go for that much, generally speaking, unless you got some of the kind of older vintage ones, like a nice set of them or something, pristine condition. I've had a few before that have been really good. But generally speaking, you know, you're picking them up for 50p or a pound, you're selling them for 10 to 15 quid. And I think it's worth it. Some people would disagree, but I do it, makes money, sells reasonably quickly most of the time. Next is a vintage quality street tin. I bought 2 tins from a boot sale for 20p each. Was it 30p each? I think it might be 30p each. And this one was kind of rare, sold for £15 plus postage. It wasn't in, you know, fantastic condition. It had all the kind of signs of wear that you'd expect from a, what, 40-ish year old tin. Next is this Rupert Bear pencil case set, brand new sealed, vintage 95, $34.99 plus postage. This was part of the Rupert the Bear like bundle that I got. I got that, like the talking thing, insert clip now.
It was a day full of surprises in that wood. Bill Badger rode his bicycle and happily got stuck in the birthday cake.
Next is this little set of drawers. I think I mentioned something about this kind of thing in the first video. This doesn't have ceramic drawers, but it's still the same kind of thing. I think it was a tenner each. 70 quid plus postage. So this is the best Lemax that I got. Well, I'd say the best one that I've sold. I think maybe the best one is one that I've decided to keep. But from the big bundle I got from the boot sale, I paid £100 for a load of this stuff. And like the figures I showed you before were from the same bundle. This one went for £70 plus postage. Now this type, like this, is particularly good. I don't think it was perfect. It had a slight issue. What was it? I think there was like a string of lights that wasn't lit up or something. But all in all, it was pretty good. Yeah, £70 plus postage, obviously fees and everything off it, but I only paid £100 for everything. It was a risk buying it all from a boot sale, because you don't know. Like half of it could have been trashed. It might not even have been what was supposed to be in the box. It may not even have been in the box, you know what I mean? Not everything I bought was perfect. It was a risk. They could easily have like not worked and stuff. Next we got a Tupperware bread bin. Had this one before. I think last time I had it, it sold a bit better than this. But $29.99 was the going price when I got it, put it up, sold quick. I think I only paid £1 for this. I bought like a small bundle of Tupperware from somebody at a boot sale fairly late on in the season. And here's a set of Thomas Kincaid Christmas decorations, set of 3. These were part of the big bundle I got from a boot sale. I paid, what did I pay? 45, 50 quid I think for the lot. At that time I didn't know they were worth this kind of money. I didn't. I had an inkling because of the ones I picked up, but apart from picking them up, I had not, you know, I thought I might have just got lucky with them. I was buying all these and I was thinking, I really don't know if there's that much money in them, but I went with my instincts on it. Really good condition, and they were good. I think every set is sold for at least £30. This one here is good, $29.99 for a biscuit jar by a brand called T&G. Now this, I knew there was something about this. I knew I'd seen it somewhere, but at the time of picking it up I wasn't sure where. But then just before Christmas we went to Barton Grange Garden Centre, and they're selling the same brand, and it was almost 30 quid. I think it was 25 quid just for a tea. Like, so if you were buying a tea, coffee, sugar, I think it was about 75 quid. I'm sure it was something like that. It was a lot. That's why this went for 30 quid. If you've ever been to Blackpool and seen the Blackpool illuminations, you may well recognise this behind me, right here, and the archway there. So this is where it either begins or it ends, depending on which side you're starting at. The illuminations start here and they go all the way down there for several miles. Last one for now, and then we're going to head on to the next place. We've got a Le Creuset wooden pan rack. Got this on Facebook Marketplace for, was it 10 quid? I think it was 10 quid. And it sold for $59.99 plus postage. I didn't think it'd sell quite that high, to be honest, when I bought it. There weren't many up when I listed it. I think that was part of it. Still had its box. It had been used, but very lightly used. And yeah, There you go, look out for these out there. I mean, I don't think you're going to come across them that often. Everybody knows about the pans, but also anything else by that brand. They started selling it out of TK Maxx quite cheap for a while, so I think that plummeted the price a bit. But generally speaking, it's still a great brand, so it's definitely worth looking out for that brand out there. So I'm now in Fleetwood, home of Pete and Sophie from Gogglebox. The reason I'm mentioning that is because I've just driven past Pete. I knew he lived around here somewhere, I've never seen him before. Right, going to rapid fire through these now. This Monopoly, Blackpool on the Fylde Coast, £59.99 plus postage. In my last video I showed one that I'd only sold for £35. This is how much they can go for at the right time of year. £59.99 plus postage on that. Wallace and Gromit Pyrex jug, £27.99 plus postage. Got this from a charity shop for a few pounds. It had a slight chip in it, but it was still pretty good, quite rare. This pair of sunglasses, £24.99 plus postage. This was out of like a bargain bucket at a boot sale. I think it was like 50p. These WWE mini wrestling figures were pretty good, £39.99 plus postage. Here is a Lamax Village collection, silver and gold shop, £43.99 plus postage, also from that big bundle of Lamax. These went for £59.99 plus postage. These decorative bottles, 37 of them. I thought they'd go for a bit more than this. Had them for quite a while. Bought them from a early boot sale. Was it last year? It might even have been the year before, you know. For, I think it was about 15 quid, something like that. So, you know, decent enough profit. I thought they were better than what they've gone for, but there you go. It's a bit of a random thing, isn't it? 37 coloured glass bottles. Not that many people are probably going to be looking for them. This was good, £49.99 plus postage. This was from the tip shop for £3. This one, £55.24 on this Nerf Classic Football, brand new sealed still. Got this from a boot sale, £44.99. So I bought Super Mario Wonder and an edition that came with a little figurine and some badges. And I managed to sell just the badges and the figurine for £44.99 plus postage and kept the game for ourselves. Yeah, so that's another example, like in the last video I mentioned about the Pikmin 4 little keyring. This is another example of something like that. If you kind of time it right, I looked on eBay, saw that some people had managed to do, well, it's not like I'm the first person to like do this. I'm looking, seeing that other people have done it too, and thought, yes, I'm going to jump on that. And I nearly bought more, but I worked it out, and it was kind of worthwhile. But again, I was worried that I'd buy a load up, and then I'd be left with, you know, once the game had been out for a while, I'd be left with loads that I can't sell. So I think eventually it would come round again, and you'd be able to get some good money. This was from the person I bought all the Thomas Kincaid stuff from. This was like a throw-in basically at the end. £21.24 we got on that. Liverpool FC brand new sealed Monopoly, £31.99 plus postage on this. Only Fools and Horses. This is just to kind of like represents all the Only Fools and Horses stuff that I got. I think this was the last one. Yeah, it was. I've put it there on the custom scooters. This was the very last one. I bought a load of plush for less than £1 each from a boot sale. And yeah, all gone, all sold for at least a tenner each, some up to like 12, 13, 14 pounds each. Elmer the Elephant, £31.99 plus postage. Got this from Clitheroe boot sale for, I think it was just £1. And yeah, never heard of Elmer the Elephant. Well, I hadn't at the time, but I know it's quite a big thing now and quite a rare thing. Nice little thing, went quite quick. These are pretty good, check these out. So I bought all these from the tip shop for less than £1 each. They were up at £1 each, and I said, how much if I buy them all? And they did them a little bit cheaper. 3, 6, 9, 12 of them for £59.96. And I had another set as well, set of 4, with the boxes were a lot worse condition, and they sold for 20 quid as well. And next is this really big bundle of Trackmaster trains, £40 plus postage. I bought these for really cheap from a boot sale. She only wanted like, I think it was a £5 or something, 8 quid maybe. It was less than a tenner for like loads of them. I think there's a couple of things I picked out, but the rest of them I did in the big bundle. This Gemi Christmas pig, the same brand as the people who make the hamsters, £10 plus postage. And this wasn't even working properly, so I bought this cheap from somewhere, I can't remember where. but there was battery corrosion, and tried to get it working, couldn't get it working, left it for ages because I thought, who's going to want this? But stuck it up and it sold almost instantly for a tenner. All these embossing boards, I paid very, very little for these, less than a fiver for the lot of them, and I got $33.99 plus postage back on them. Muckman and General Targ from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I got £15.99 plus postage on these. Got these from a charity shop. It was 3 for £1. This was good. Pretty Victorian style jeweller's eye loop, £50 plus postage. Now this is one of the things that was in with that little badge, the Henley Regatta badge that I picked out of a big bag of like trash, basically bits of metal, bits of old jewellery. Most of it was worth nothing and went in the bin, but I picked out that little badge which was featured in my last video, and then this for 50 quid. So from those two items, I can't think what the badge was now, is it about 40 quid? So we're going on like 100 quid almost on those two items, and it's a big bag of trash that I didn't pay a lot for. Next is this Disney Store exclusive snow globe. Paid about 7 or 8 quid from a local charity shop for this, and it sold for $34.99 plus postage. Here we have a Spuddy couch potato. I've sold quite a few of these, that's why I've included this one. Obviously it didn't go for that much, £14.44, but there's some out there that are better than others. I've had a Predator one before, that was quite good. I got a load of pogs here. I bought a little box of pogs, like a takeaway container kind of box of pogs for a fiver, separated them all out, and these sold for £25.49. Some of the pogs out there can do quite well. I think it's the slammers or kinnies are they called, that can do particularly well, but in bundles they can do alright as well. Here's a Resident Evil 2 guide book. This went for £33.99 plus postage. A McDonald's set of 3 hand glove puppets, 1993. Got Grimace and Hamburglar and Ronald McDonald. These are part of that McDonald's bundle that I got. Here we have a Micro Machines vintage Supervan City, $59.99 plus postage, still had its box. The actual Supervan itself was not in good condition at all. It was missing loads of bits. There was no cards included, missing stickers, missing all sorts of things. You know, still had its box. That's why it went for this kind of money, $59.99 plus postage. So I'm back home now. I'm going to do the last few here. We've got these Coca-Cola Christmas baubles. All of these have sold now. I sold them in sets of 3, and I also sold them singularly. Prices varied. $14.99 for a set of 3 was about average, and if individual, I think I was selling for £6 or £7 each individually. I paid £1 each for them from a charity shop. Got a big box full of them. Yeah, I really like these. I kept one for myself. Next is these Gund Line Friends plush set of 2, brand new with the tags. I'd never even heard of these when I picked them up. I just thought they looked kind of unique, a bit kind of, you know, Japanese in style. $39.99 plus postage is what we got on them, and I didn't pay a lot for them. Here we have a Lego Duplo Stone Quarry set. Now, it wasn't a complete set, but there was a lot of it there. I got a big bundle of Duplo from a Clitheroe boot sale for about 10 quid, and I didn't know at the time, but it's done really well. Like, I split it all up, and there were lots of like good things in there. This was one of them. I had a character from Bob the Builder, Duplo. Is it Rolo or something? I think he's called. I had a little set of that. That did quite well, and I still got more. Anyway, this one went for $31.99 plus postage. Next, we have these little ceramic sets of furniture. They came on a little wooden board, and they were brand new sealed, vintage, like 70s, 80s, I think. And I've got more of these, which I bought from a boot sale at a later date for more. But these ones, I think I paid less than £1 each for them. It wasn't a lot at all. And they went for $44.99 plus postage. This is a good brand to look out for, Villeroy and Boch. It's a German brand. They make all sorts of stuff, including toilets and sinks and stuff. But they also do some really nice decorative ceramics and Christmas ceramics. And this was only small, like that big or something. It was a little small thing. And it had a slight issue as well. But it was still in its box. And even so, it still went for $44.99 plus postage. I paid about £5 for it from a charity shop. These 6 cast iron little mini pans, I've done well with these pans before, the cast iron ones. And These were from a boot sale for about £1 each, 40 quid plus postage is what I got on these. Some of the larger ones are worth a fair bit more, but these little mini ones, if they're branded ones, these are unbranded, but if they're branded ones, certain brands can do really well. More Portmeirion here. Now these were not in good condition. I got these from Norcross boot sale. I remember the lady I bought them from. I went up to her and I didn't even have to negotiate. She just she said like, I think 12 or 15 quid. I didn't say anything and she said I can do them for like 8 if you want or something like that. And I was like, yeah, go on. The condition wasn't great, as I say. There's a lot of crazing. I think the seals had perished on them all. Yeah, not great, but still sold for £36 plus postage. I think they went abroad somewhere. Thomas Kincaid, light up baubles. So there were some light up ones and there were some regular baubles as well. And the light up ones did, I think, a little bit better than the others, but they all did fairly well. I think I had 4 sets of these and about 5 sets of the others, something like that. And they all went for like £30 to £35. Here's a set of 2 brass eagles that I bought from a charity shop on a £100 in your lunch break challenge video. I can't remember exactly how much I paid for them. I think I did pay up a little bit. Was it a £5 each? 7 quid each? Something like that. But I sold them for £40 plus postage. I did think they would go a bit higher than that, but still not too bad of a profit there. Didn't need to do much with them. I just gave them a little kind of clean and that's all they needed. I paid 50p or £1 for these slippers that I got from a boot sale in the summer and they sold for £29.99 plus postage. I think these were originally being sold out of Tesco, but it was a few years ago, so nobody else had them. This is like an off-brand Christmas Village ice skating set that didn't work anymore. It was mine. I bought it from a charity shop for £3 or £4. It was damaged when I bought it, but it worked. I've had it a couple of years, and last year it didn't work properly. This year I thought I'd give it, have a little fiddle with it, see if I could get it working, but no. So I thought I'm going to sell it. There's no point in keeping it. So I sold it for £20 plus postage, faulty, not working. Maybe somebody out there can repair it. Still made a profit on it, and I got a year or two's use out of it as well. I sold 3 of these Father Christmas combs for £8.97. These combs, as I've said, they're not going for a great deal, but I didn't pay much for them at all. So I am into the profit on them. Every time I sell them, I make some money. A bit like the cake tin liners, which I've got a stack of right here. They just sell in the background. It's not a lot of money, but they tick along. They don't take up much room to store them. And yeah, it's just another one of those things. All the Father Christmas ones have gone now. They were quite popular. And somebody bought one the other day, my last one, and they just left a feedback saying, it's beautiful. I mean, I think it's cool. I don't know if I'd say it was beautiful, but I do like them, hence me buying them to sell them, right? But if you're after any combs, vintage 70s, 80s combs, then why not take a trip over to my eBay store. Link is in description, shameless plug. But there are lots more there, all sorts of weird ones. So go and take a look, have a little nosy at what I've been selling. I'm putting a load of like the better things, more unusual things to you guys in this video, but I sell a lot more than this. I've just picked out a few things. Thomas Kincaid plate. Now I got this from the same person I bought all the Thomas Kincaid baubles from, but I had no idea that this plate was in the bottom of this bag of plates that I bought for 10 quid. I was just like, what are all those plates doing there? Has somebody already bought them? She was like, no, if you want the whole lot for 10 quid, you can have them. I was like, yeah, without even looking at them, I was like, yeah, because there was some decent brands in there like Spode and I think, was it Wedgwood? And I knew that, decorative plates, generally speaking, are not really that great, but for 10 quid, I was willing to give it a go. And to my surprise, at the bottom was this plate, really nice actually. I would have kept this, but I saw that a couple of people had managed to get decent money for them, so I thought I'll just sell it. £24.99 plus postage, and it sold really quickly. Nerf Blaster, this was mine from my childhood. I also have one that is boxed that has not sold yet, but this one went for £29.99 plus postage. When I say from my childhood, this was actually mine. I dug it out of my dad's attic a while back. Disney Mickey Mouse, little musical box, £39.99 plus postage. Got this from a boot sale for, I think it was about 8 to 10 quid. I remember there was quite a bit of haggling back and forward on this. It was quite faded, which is why I didn't want to pay too much for it. It wasn't like really old. I think it was made to look older than it actually was. I think it was maybe 20 to 30 years old, but it was made to look, you know, a couple of decades older than that. Got a wee bundle here for $64.99 plus postage. I put this one in just to represent all the wee bundles I had, because I had them all stacked up here before Christmas, and I lowered all the prices down, and I still made some good money on it all, but I just wanted them gone, and they all went before Christmas, so that was good. This was one of the kind of better prices at $64.99. They went from anything from like 40 up to about this price. Harrods Christmas Bear, $21.99 plus postage. All but one of them have now sold and made decent money on them. I think I paid about £6 each on them, and they've gone from between about 15 and like £30 each. So, you know, decent enough profit. Harrods Bears have always done well for me in the past, so I knew when I saw them, I can get them at a reasonable price, then they're going to make money come Christmas, and they all did, all but one, which I'm asking a bit more on that one. And these last few sales are from just the last week or so, and then I'm going to end the video right there. So we've got these Robert Kane's Christmas Ale glasses. Now, before Christmas, people were getting a bit more than this for them, but I think I just missed the mark. In fact, I only just picked them up. I think it was just before Christmas or between Christmas and New Year, but I thought it was still worthwhile because they were only, I think they were 75p each, so why not? And they went for $29.99 plus postage. As I say, if I could have kept them for next year and probably sold them at about £10 a glass, but it's not worth doing that. Just, yeah, $29.99. Decent enough profit there. I've been selling some ceramics abroad. So this is a Hornsey set. This either went to Canada or America, I think. $39.99 plus postage on this. And there'll be another one in a second. Stingray and Terrorfish, little die-cast toys from 1992, brand new sealed. Got these from a local shop, little independent business, and they had a load of vintage stuff. Got loads of good stuff from him, and these are particularly cool. $34.99. Did have a lot of people lowballing, you know, with lowballing offers like 15 quid, 20 quid, but I knew they would go for more than that. These pins, $24.99 plus postage. These were also in that bag with the eye loop that I mentioned and the Henley badge. So, yeah, yet more stuff that I picked out of there and put it as a little bundle. Philips LFH 0590/00 mini cassette recorder, $39.99 plus postage. I have no idea where I got this from. Like, literally no idea at all. But I can't imagine I would have paid a lot. $39.99 plus postage. I'm pretty sure we will have made a decent profit on that. This is another set that has gone to America or Canada. I think this is Canada, this one. Tea, sugar, and biscuit jar. £41.97. She was also going to buy my bread bin in the same style, but she's not done. Maybe she still will. Terminal Velocity, $49.99 plus postage. Had it up at $59.99. Accepted an offer of $49.99. And it has gone to, I think, somewhere in Belgium. BE. Sure, that's Belgium, isn't it? So, yeah, not bad on that. That was a couple of pounds from a boot sale. It was one of them where it was down at like the bottom of the table. A lot of people had obviously missed it. But I saw it. I hadn't really heard of the game, but it's a big box PC game. Well, it's a big box. Was it an Amiga? No, it was PC, but it was, you know, the old disc, 3.5-inch disc. And I've had a few of them that have done quite well, so I figured for a couple of quid, give it a go, and it turned out to be a good one. And lastly, we will end on another set of these National Trust / English Heritage mugs. These are the ones that the person in America didn't want, so he picked out the ones that he wanted, and then I found more and sold the new ones that I'd got to him as well, and then this person in Japan has come along and bought the others. But then I also have a few more as well. And there seems to be more of a following abroad than there does in this country. I've not actually sold any of them to anybody in this country before. So, yeah, I don't quite know what's going on, what they do with them. Are they collecting them? Are they buying them and then selling them individually over in their country for, you know, a markup? I don't know. I don't care what they're doing with them. All I care is that they're buying them off me and I'm making a decent enough profit on them. So that's it for this video. I hope you found some of this information helpful. If you have, please do hit the like button. It really does help me out. If you're new around here, subscribe to the channel. I've got lots more videos coming in the next few weeks and months. I know that my videos have been a little bit sporadic recently. There are reasons for that, which I will go into. I've got a few things going on in the background, nothing like serious or bad or anything like that, all good stuff. But we'll get onto that on another video. I've talked enough in this one, so I will leave it here. Hope everyone is doing well out there. Hope everyone's having a good start to their new year. And if you've got any questions, ask down in the comments. I will do my best to get back to you as quickly as I can. And that's it for now. Cheers. See you in the next one.